Second.
First and second. I said September 9th. Mine's actually September 8th.
It says September 8th up here, so
Yeah, I know,
I
it says September 9th.
amend my motion, make it September 9th. It's actually September 8th.
It was the
It
8th.
actually was the 8th.
Yes.
So,
Uh-oh. Now I'm really in trouble, huh?
The second to the amended is.
Actually, we need to amend it because it's 38, so
yeah.
let's go back to the phone.
Okay.
Okay, roll call.
Councilman Villagrana.
Yes.
Councilman Baker.
Yes.
Councilor Henniger. Aye. Councilman Upton.
Yes.
Councilman Martinez.
Aye.
Mayor Orr.
Aye. Okay, moving on to the next visitors. Do you have any visitors that would like to come up front? Okay.
Thank you, Mayor, Councilman, people. I'll just take you a minute. What I wanted to do was, well, first of all, thank the mayor for declaring the proclamation of the Fremont Fall Heritage Festival Days. Back, a couple months ago. They are in swing now, and what I gave you was the balance of what the schedule is, because unfortunately he didn't get these printed before Pioneer Days, but it was well publicized everywhere and well attended, it looked like to me. And I hope everybody kept this out of 2 weeks ago's shopper, because this was all the scheduled events and everything for all the towns. It's the whole Fremont County, Penrose to Cotopaxi, Howard. And so there is a few of these available if you do need them, if anybody comes and asks. But that's why they printed up, and these will be available at the library and the Chamber of Commerce. essentially trade a water tap, which an out-of-city 3/4 inch water tap is $11,200, and they would like to trade it for a couple of parcels. One of those parcels being in the Florence River Park, and the other one being right behind Willie's Antiques, basically part of the skateboard park. And the county is at the point now where they're trying to sell a lot of their parcels and whatnot that they no longer use or need. Particularly the one in the River Park, the nearby property owner, in all likelihood, would very much like to buy the parcel because it is immediately adjacent to his property. They are asking the city if they'd like to trade the property that they're valuing at $8,700 for the $11,200 tap. They would pay the difference in cash, is their proposal. Wanted to run that by council and see what the council thinks about that. So essentially it would be, what they are asking is $8,700 in land and $2,500 in cash in exchange for a 3/4 inch water tap. We do currently use the other parcel, the parcel that's behind Willer's Antiques. Is, if you look at the map, part of it's down in the drainage ditch, but part of it is in fact part of the park. So we're using it currently. In terms of the $8,700 evaluation, we haven't found any, anybody who necessarily resisted that. We'd ask Mel to take a look at it and be fairly comfortable with those numbers as well. The county, I don't think, is really trying to push this too hard. If we wanted to counter or anything like that, they would probably agree to that. We would have to take the $8,700 and pay water back out of general fund. If we wanted to do this, you could, as is always the option for council, you could take as much as 49% of the water tap fee and discount it down. So you could do this in such a way where it didn't cost general fund much money. Not necessarily recommending that to you. This is one of those items where I really kind of want to get a sense from the council what direction you want to go with this.
Paul?
We were at that meeting Monday,
Yeah, that's what
2 Mondays ago, and it was brought up, and the advantage in doing this is that we would have one more water tap that could eventually, hopefully, we'll get more that would lower the retirement for all of us. So I really don't see any problem with it. I think that probably with the property over by the skate park and behind Willie's, would probably benefit us in that way that ditch could be cleaned all the way down further. So I don't see a problem with that. I would strongly recommend that we accept the proposal from the city or council.
Now, the other property down by the river park, now you said that perhaps the owner of the adjacent property that perhaps would be interested in this. Or so we would take possessions and then sell it to that person?
No,
or-
we actually have part of some of our permanent constructions that have been built out there over the years, actually built on this piece of
That
property.
built- built on that piece of property.
Yeah.
Well,
So
then-
I would think we probably wouldn't want to sell it. I would think we would want to keep it as part
I
of
would,
the park.
that's what it's fine, because I thought that we had something maybe that we built incorrectly at one time, and we should keep this piece of property.
Yeah, I do think we should keep this piece of property. It did proceed, current staff and council, just so you know.
Mike, if we sold to another entrant, they would not, I don't believe that they would require, would be using a water tap. If it's the people next door for that bed and breakfast or,
Yeah,
Well, I don't want to sell it to them, it's not my recommendation.
No,
I don't want,
I don't either.
I don't want either, I don't think.
You and
so.
I are in agreement, Mr. Mayor.
No, we should keep, that actually takes care of the other problem we have, so.
just because of, it was a much bigger transaction, so they went back to just the 3/4 for now, and then we'll tackle the bigger piece with something like you're talking about, trading for a much bigger parcel of land.
And if I remember correctly, Mike, if they also, if we go ahead and approve this, they're also probably gonna ask us for another water tap.
Eventually, yeah, and that's the bigger one, that they probably like a 2-inch, that you would probably wanna trade for that bigger parcel.
So I think it's important for us to go along with this and get it. I mean, more water taps, more the debt retirement goes.
Absolutely. Because they immediately will, as soon as this transaction's done, they'll have to start paying the water tap for it, as soon as they get the monthly fee. So it's not much, but it starts to bring some money back.
I'm sorry.
I may have missed something here, it's not in here, but did you say they were going to pay to make up the difference? Yeah, they're saying they want to pay the $2,500 to make up the difference. And we could counter with any number. We didn't make any kind of a commitment to the county commissioners or anything like that. We said we would bring it to this meeting and council would set direction as to where they want to go. So you sent us back. They're willing to pay the difference. They are willing to pay the difference. You know, we could ask for discounts and have your appraiser. And we just want it to be cheaper because your appraiser.
Is if it really appraises, that's why I said who appraises property. Because a lot of this is, like you can see, is worthless down in the ditch property.
Well, that's why we thought,
But again, it's a good partial here on the skateboard park. And I guess if they ever filled in the ditch, you almost have land there. But other than that,
One last question,
there you
so,
go.
But let's go back to our attorney. You had a question here, how does,
Yeah, I just want to make sure the council's had an opportunity to consider.
so if we went with this deal and they gave us the 2,500, would we then pull potentially about $3,000 to make up the 1,500?
well, you could if you wanted. That's
so we
not,
wouldn't
that's
have
not a
to-
decision you either have to make right now, or, you could make that decision now, or we could bring it back at a future date, or you could just say, no, leave it alone, we'll just come up with the dollars. General fund is, sitting okay right now, I'd rather not spend 80 cents to that. General fund,
Having asked that question, we are still responsible for providing the additional 51%. Is that not correct?
Absolutely, absolutely.
And if we just get 25,000, I strongly suggest that we use part of that money to, you know, give the regional or 50%, or put it in the regional 50%, so we wouldn't have to cap our reserve fund.
Well, if you wanted to do that, if you wanted, what you would have to give the regional would be, I mean, just math off the top of my head, but roughly $5,600 is what would have to go there, $5,610 or something like that. I wouldn't be very good with that calculation, but somewhere in that neighborhood is what you would have to give to the regional. If you took that 2,500, you'd still have to come up with about another 3,100 from general fund to pay water into the region. Or you could pay the whole thing.
Well, the reason I'm saying this is because I noticed that in the financial report, that one of the regionals, I believe it was Rockville, owes us X number of dollars. And, you know, if
They
we,
just paid $1,000 toward that debt this couple weeks ago, in the last couple of weeks.
so
They are paying that.
if we're planning on asking for that money, let's make sure that we're on the up and up.
It would be $5,712 is what you would pay.
and
That's obviously,
well, going to, let's go back to, they paid $1,000, what's the remaining balance?
That was 37.
3,700. All right.
Okay.
I have a question, I have a comment. The question is, was there any discussion? The tap is going to be
Pathfinder Park, is that right? And that's outside, that they That's an outside user. Was there any discussion of bringing in Union Ditch shares in this conversation?
They have to do that as well. They understand they have to give us
All right.
the two shares that have to, yeah, so that would be included in the transaction.
Okay.
And do we want to counter it with the county and say, no, 2,500 it just doesn't quite cut it. We want 3,000, or we want 4,000, or we want 5712.
I am very reluctant to go any further, just because of the simple fact that, you know, we know that they're going to require more water taps as that expands out there. And to get it over into a, I don't know how to say it correctly, but let's say a contest over it, I don't think it's worth it. I really don't. I just think that let's accept their deal and then do whatever we have to do to even up with the regionals. And then in the future, we know we're going to get another bigger water. They're going to request a bigger water tap. Mayor, is that the same thing that you heard?
Yes, and like Charlotte says, eventually we're gonna want that piece of property up there.
Yeah.
And if we cross them now, they're gonna not want to come through with that property, is the way I look at it.
Right.
Exactly.
So it
Okay.
sounds like you're, at least three of you are kind of saying you like the deal.
I like the deal.
At least four of you.
Yeah.
We need a motion?
Yeah, your ordinance requires that this agreement be in writing, so you could give your preliminary approval
Maybe
tonight.
direct staff to come up, and just, what I would like is for you to give us the direct staff to give us the terms that you would like, so you're good with the deal as they propose, the 8,700 in property, 2,500 in cash, 2 Union Ditch shares,
Yeah,
which remember, those have value too, that's worth $1,600 to $2,000, so we're actually already getting more. As far as the other end, you can direct us on that now or in the future, whether you want to just do the 51, and we'll probably have to get with Brian to make sure that how we do that 51% if you even want to do that. Because I don't know how to do it, I'm not sure Brian knows how to do it off the top of his head either.
I think we can figure it out.
Well, I mean, I know if it takes an ordinance or a resolution, anything from council, that's what I don't know.
The 51% going to,
Well, no, for them, if they want to discount internally to ourselves and not have general fund pay as much, we'd have to get with you to figure out how to do that. And I'm not even sure you want to do that.
Mary and I would need to put our heads
Yeah.
together.
So
I know, he's waiting for you. Okay, Paul?
Do we need a motion or just a proposal?
No, we need a motion, I think.
Take a motion.
Go ahead and make a motion and to
Yeah,
To direct.
I make a motion that we accept, as Mike stated,
So 8,700 in property, 2,500 in land, or in cash,
Yeah.
and 2 Union Ditch shares.
Second. Oh, yeah, and I'd second that.
and you want to direct Mike to propose this to him, right?
yes,
Direct staff.
so directed.
Oh, okay. Roll call, please.
Councilman Villagrana,
Yes.
Councilman Baker,
Yes.
Councilor Henniger,
Aye.
Councilman Upton,
Aye.
Councilman Martinez, Mayor Orr,
Aye. Okay, next we're moving on to the USDA vehicle grant purchase, and that'd be Mike and Wade.
Good afternoon. Evening. I'm Mike DeLanis. I think you all know me.
Can't hear you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Can you hear me? Hello?
It's not on.
Okay. Is that better? Okay. Wade and I have been working with USDA with a grant for some equipment purchase. We were awarded a grant through USDA. We were notified that about 3 weeks ago. It was originally going to be $12,000, $16,000, $20,000. The final was what we were told was going to be $36,000 grant to purchase a vehicle. One of the things we're going to purchase is a vehicle for a new K-9 unit. Our percentage, if we have to match anything, would be 25%. It would be a max of $9,000 of that $36,000. I got 2 bids you should have there, one from Colorado Springs Dodge and one from City Auto Plaza for a Dodge pickup, identical. City Auto Plaza actually beat Colorado Springs Dodge, who has the state bid award numbers on that. And then when you add the 5% for being a local dealership, which they're allowed, they're at $29,143. So I'd be asking the council to approve City Auto Plaza as they're a local dealership. We worked with them the last 4 vehicles we bought. They're great with service. We could bring a vehicle in the morning, they have it back to us in the afternoon instead of traveling to the Springs and possibly having to leave it for days. Also on the grant, just so everybody is aware, we'll be purchasing body cameras, the computer system for the body cameras to store all the data. We're in the process of writing a policy and procedure on that. Most of everything I've seen with the Chiefs Association and monitoring other departments across the country, complaints have gone down on officers anywhere between 70 and 85% because now it's been recorded. So that's a big plus. We don't have as many complaints as a lot of police departments do. I feel our officers use pretty good judgment and treat people with respect, so I'm pretty proud of the officers and what they do right now. So that'd be another thing we're purchasing with the USDA grant, and then the equipment for the vehicle.
Question is, how many, would that amount of money buy a sufficient number of units to cover our police department right now?
It would cover, we've made it for 15, so we have extras for when the reserves come into work. They can check them out and wear them, so any officer that'll be on the street, including me, including me, would have a body camera assigned to them and extra ones for reserve officers that come on duty and ride and assist.
Okay.
And that involves extra batteries, that involves chargers, everything that correlates with making sure that is up and operational, including the software to download into a new computer system to store in the cloud.
Paul?
Getting back to the vehicle grant purchase, you said matching 9,000?
Our match for the whole $36,000 would be $9,000. That's 25%.
Then I asked the question to the finance officer, where would this money come from? Is it in the police budget or is it not?
I can answer part of that. Last year when I asked to go for this grant, we did budget $6,600 because we thought we were only going to get, 20,000, I think something was the max at the time, but they didn't spend a lot of money. So we budgeted $6,600. I do have in a fund available to match the 9,000 if we need to get it.
Outstanding.
Okay.
They over awarded us.
Yeah, they actually,
They actually came and gave us more money.
I was kind of surprised when they gave us the figure. It kept going up and down, and they're at the end of the year, and they had this left over, and they said, we're awarding you this.
So do you need a motion from us to approve this, or are you good? Or you just
I need a motion to approve the purchase of the vehicle, so I can order the vehicle. Actually, USDA has whichever one they're ready to go. They've got the paperwork on both, so whichever one I say that the council approves, they are in the process of processing the paperwork for the check to be sent to us for.
Okay,
So is this? Go ahead, Dick.
I'll make that motion to approve the purchase of a vehicle and the body cameras for the sum of
And the equipment for the vehicle, too.
for the vehicle, and in the sum of $36,000, a $9,000 match.
Which dealership would you like me to go to? Like I said, we
Can I
used City
leave it
Auto
up
Plaza
to
last time.
your preference?
City Auto Plaza is because they treat it, I mean, the service, we can, like I said, we can bring a car right now, we will have it back by noon
then
tomorrow.
Let's back up.
Okay.
I think what we need, as I understand it, what we need on the table is a motion to accept a bid, is that
The bid,
correct?
right, the grant has been accepted.
One of these two bids. And you're recommending to the council that it approve the City Auto Plaza bid?
Okay,
Correct.
So I will reword that then, withdraw what I just said, and put it in as to approve the purchase of the crew cab 4x4 from City Auto Plaza for $29,143.80.
Second.
Now, there's a lot of further discussion on this too.
I'm confused.
Yeah.
Well, we're doing two things, one for the pickup and one for the body camera?
No, I'm confused about the bid amount.
That's what I'm
I
figuring.
thought it was it looks like $27,756.
When we did this 3 years ago, it was determined that because they're a local dealership, they're allowed that 5% more, is what I was told. So that's what they tacked on, the 5% more, because they get nothing on that bid, because that's a state bid price. They were not awarded the state bid. Colorado Springs Auto was awarded the state bid. So by using a local dealership, they're allowed under the city rules, from what I understand from last time.
But the confusion that we have here is we don't, I mean, what is their actual bid? So they're bidding state bid plus 5%, so that they can make 5% on it?
That's just what I was under the assumption from last time we did that.
5% means that a local person.
I understand what it means.
Number one, I think the 5% rule only applies to the merchants within the city limits. I don't think it
No, I
applies to
think
somebody
last time we
outside
allowed
the
it on the-
county.
Dory said it applied to that. That's why we did it last time, 3.5 years ago.
It is within the county.
It's within the county.
It is a county preference.
It's a
right?
county preference. So you're willing to pay that much?
Because actually, if you look at it, if they were a state bid agency, they're actually $200 under than what Colorado Springs Auto is, or a little less than $200. 27,700 something and 27,996. So, but because they're allowed to go that 5% by being a local dealership, they added that on. Now I could.
And is this vehicle a lot better vehicle than?
It's identical vehicle. If you look at sheet to sheet, they're identicals. They're ordered. It's a police package vehicle with the police rated speedometer, the police suspension, everything. It's a heavy duty vehicle. Same as what we got last time, except different seats. And backup camera in this, backup camera, most of the police accidents are backing up, so we added the backup camera into it, which was an option, and I felt it's worthwhile since in the last 3 years we've had 2 backup accidents, so if it saves an accident or saves somebody from getting hurt, that's
So do
pretty
they
good.
they're both identically equipped?
Yes, sir.
Mayor,
Yeah,
may I ask Mr. Ferguson a question?
sure.
I'm listening.
Brian, are we voting to accept the grant, first of all, or are we voting to accept the grant and buy the vehicle all in one motion?
Let's break this up into pieces.
Yeah,
Otherwise, when we look back at this, we're gonna wonder, what did you all do?
Yeah.
So that's why I suggested we go back to just the bid and deal with that. And then is there also a grant proposal on the table that needs to
Well, they
be
voted
accepted?
either earlier this year or at the end of last year to go ahead and write the grant, to accept us writing the grant to apply for this. The city council voted on that.
Do we need to receive the grant money before it's appropriate to vote on?
Well, that's up to the city, that's up to the city council. USDA,
Sound like it from Jeremy.
Jeremy from USDA just said start looking at purchasing the equipment so he can go ahead and
But
get him
What
invoices.
Jeremy does and what our council does are separate things.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
Our council, I think, needs to vote to accept this first. Obviously, no matter what, we're going to accept the grant first.
Okay, do I need to retract my original?
I think so.
I think so.
Yeah,
Okay.
let him finish it.
Then I will retract my previous motion and make a new motion,
Does the second agree?
or
I
Oh, we have one.
seconded. Okay. And
You'll withdraw your second.
I withdraw my second.
And third and fourth, but go ahead.
So, we will reword it for the council to accept this grant from
USDA,
USDA in the amount of $36,000.
36,000, with a matching of
With a matching of
$9,000.
$9,000.
Okay, I'll second that. Is that clear enough now?
Yeah, and that's up to 9, is that?
Up to 9.
Up to 9, correct.
So, Mike, before they vote on it, if you get a $36,000 grant, then we have to match up to 9. does that mean we have, that we're agreeing to match 25%, or does that mean we don't have to match anything because the total is only 29,000?
Well, we're also including this is just for the vehicle. The body cameras and that were included last year when we submitted for the grant. They told us to submit what we wanted. So the body cameras, the computer system to operate the body cameras, and the vehicle equipment were all included. So it comes up to right around $36,000.
So everything can be covered. It seems to me they've accepted the grant, but we're gonna, unless there's some sort of a timeline, deadline, that we probably would be better off to bring this back in 2 weeks, where we can make sure that council sees all the numbers. Here's the body cam, here's the car, here's how much match we have to put in, et cetera, so.
Yeah.
Well, I've got all that available. I could
But we don't
put it
have it here
for 2 weeks from now. I could pack it together for
Yeah, I think that would be better
the acting
for all
city clerk to
council,
do.
because it's just, everybody's just sort of dazed at what's this for, what's that for, and everything
I'm
else.
fine.
Yeah. So, but let's move, if there's no further comments, let's move on the first and second for the grant, okay? Roll call.
Councilman Upton,
Yes.
Councilman Baker,
Yes.
Councilman Villagrana,
Yes.
Councilor Henniger.
Aye.
Councilman Martinez.
Aye.
Mayor Orr.
Aye. Wow.
Mayor, I think because what I'm gathering from last time, speaking to Dory and Brian and that, because of the purchase of the vehicle, the amount, the other things are under a certain amount, which are allowable, which don't have to go, but I'll put everything together, like the lights
Yeah,
are
I think
$1,200. The lights and the packages, the sirens and all that are $1,200.
I think we all would still like to see all that.
Do we want to see that in the 2 o'clock meeting?
He'll bring it up in 2 weeks.
Okay, do we still want to vote on the vehicle tonight and then the other stuff, or just leave it for 2 weeks?
Unless, I don't think we should unless there's urgency, because we're asking council to do something without knowledge that we actually have it covered.
Okay.
Paul?
I would make a motion that we rescind this for, till our next meeting, until,
To table it?
table,
Yeah,
table to the next
till we
meeting.
get all the figures.
Right.
Okay.
Chief gives all the information.
Second. Okay, we have a first and second. Roll call.
Councilman Villagrana.
Aye.
Councilman Baker.
Aye.
Councilor Henniger.
Aye.
Councilman Upton.
Aye.
Councilman Martinez.
Aye.
Mayor Orr.
Aye. Okay, don't get too comfortable there. We got the RFP video system, and please don't confuse us as much.
I'm sorry. I apologize for the
That's all
confusion.
right.
Okay, back in
This one is actually much more confusing.
Back in July, we put out a request for proposal for a camera system for the city building, Public Works, Water Department, Pioneer Park, the skate park, and Main Street. Our system here in the city itself, in the police department and city building, is just about totally non-functional. We've got cameras that are out. We can't pull recordings off of it, so if something happened in here, we can't even pull and make a DVD of what occurred. You'd have to hold your cell phone up and video it off the camera and replay. It was put in here in 2005 or 6 when they came to the new building. It's totally obsolete and breaking down. We got cameras that are buzzing and humming. May start on fire, who knows. We put out this RFP. SC&T Limited out of Canyon City was one of the bidders. I think the only bidder. The gentleman owns the company. Is here today if we have any questions for him. This system includes an alarm for the whole building. This building here, it includes adding more cameras that aren't covering particular areas, bless you, of this building, and replacing broken cameras that aren't functioning properly right now, that don't operate properly. It also includes covering, like I said, the pool, the pavilion at Pioneer Park. So he's got it all broke down to different sections. We don't have to do them all at one time. We can break them down and do them in segments or as we go along. So if anybody has any questions, the first year of monitoring is a free service offered by the company for the alarms. There'd be 3 alarm pads, one at the state police, one at the city side, one at the police side, to alarm the building in different zones. Since dispatch isn't here anymore, that's a big concern of ours.
Yeah, could you tell us exactly how many cameras are at which locations?
Here, right in here.
I know it's in here, but I think we need to explain it to us, to make sure.
No, like I'll give you an example, I'll start here. Main Street cameras, Zoom, 1080 DPI cameras, there's 3 of those with the recording equipment and channel equipment. The next one would be City Maintenance Shop, there are 4 cameras, indoor and outdoor, with a security panel, that is also alarming the city garage and city maintenance shop with surveillance on that, so there's 4 cameras and an alarm system with that. There is on the water treatment facility, 4 new indoor-outdoor cameras, 2 high-resolution cameras, 8 other cameras, and the power supply, 6 power supplies for those. I think the way he's got it set up is they work off a repeater system off the towers. Pioneer Park has 3 new camera systems, which would cover the pool and the park and the pavilion. Skate Park has 1 camera, high resolution with Zoom. Administration Building has 16 channel switching station, 8 channel switching station, 18 indoor and outdoor cameras, and 2 1080 high resolution Zoom infrared cameras, plus the 3 security panels. So I'd have to add up the total on all that.
That's all right. It gives us an idea where you're...
Right, that gives you an idea of all the equipment involved in bringing it up to date, all modern equipment. The officers could be on their cell phone. You could pull up any camera from your cell phone or from your computer, monitor Main Street, monitor the parks, take a look at the skate park.
Now, okay, I have several questions.
Yes, sir.
Now, there is, perhaps located here, a central monitor, the monitoring would come in here to a central spot, and then we can, if we have to go back and look for something, it's right here.
The central spot would be here at the police department where it's at now, just for this building. There'd be remote sites at the pool, if I'm not mistaken, Derek, the pool, water treatment plant, and the Public Works building, the city garage, which would all be accessible to be monitored.
From here?
Derek, you want to? Sure, come on up, please. This is
Derek Westback. Asking if they're going to monitor it?
Well, my name is Derek Westback. Thank you, Council, Mr. Mayor. Questions, please?
Well, the question is, I mean, if, let's just say something happens at one of the outposts, can we come in here in the morning and monitor and pull that up?
You could actually do it from any laptop that's password protected into it. These are network video recorders. They're no longer DVR. These are all digitally enhanced in within themselves. I have proposed individual NVRs at all the locations just for one ambiguity, and it allows the fact that each one being separate, if one fails, they don't all fail. And it is back, it's right as they are right now. Each one has a 500 gigabyte hard drive. So it will store the information from the IP cameras. It is available on a network scenario. So all of these will be attached to anyone with authorization can retrieve the video, burn it to a flash drive, to an onboard CD burner, however you need it.
And now, this is a totally wireless system?
Wireless, no. The way that the wireless comes into the water towers, because of the remote way that they are located, we did do a survey and found out that we could bounce signals from tower to tower back to the water treatment plant and have all of the individual cameras at each tank and the gate be transmitted via Wi-Fi back to the water treatment plant, and hence that would where the NVR for the water treatment facility would be. The only wireless scenario is, for instance, just transmitting the video, and that's done with a 5 gigahertz antenna, and that's included in the proposal.
And then the retention, how long is there?
That's going to be relative in the fact of how many cameras we need to have on all the time, i.e. if cameras in here, we would have these on motion only, so they're only going to record when someone is in the room, so we're saving hard drive space. It's kind of like a seek and find thing. Because it is network, it can be downloaded to your server. So if you have, storage, backup storage available, and it can be done, in any way, shape, or form. Any PC can be used as video storage or server storage. So it's kind of like a relative thing. The more money you spend, naturally, the more information you can save on one piece of equipment. However, I looked at it, and being of this, in this community, I've been doing it here for 15 years. I know, pretty much what we can get by with and not press our luck. And with our support, which we offer, online, you can come to us at any given time and we'll support the system. As far as downloading video, archiving video, those are things that are really kind of like a no-brainer, no offense, but to do that from this equipment, we can store the video, and we will find out probably within the first 30 days of activity what our retention level and our length is. Then we can address that from then. And it's just upgrading a hard drive is all it is from then. It's not a major equipment upgrade. It's just adding more memory. And in today's day and age, that seems to be the answer.
And the reason I asked this question, I have a system.
I understand.
And it retains for 30 days. Mm-hmm. And then it drops, it picks up the new and drops.
We're doing some work for Fremont Paving, local company, and we're using the same kind of scenario, and we're adding memory space constantly, and we're finding out how easy it is to do. So as far as being modular, it is hugely modular to the fact that even in the future, if you were to, city council was to want to add equipment, it's a piece of cake to add equipment. It's not like, oh, well, we have to buy this module and we have to add it to this. No, we just add it.
Are these cameras color?
They are color, infrared.
So at night they'll be.
Yeah, and I've got to be honest, infrared is what it is.
It is.
If you have a system, then you know that depending on the ambient light, that has a big, effect on what you see. However, it is what it is. It is watermarked, so it is admissible in court. As far as surveillance, I've been doing it all my life, and I've found that if video doesn't actually catch a culprit, it leads in a direction for conviction more than 90% of the time.
Oh.
I realize that it's an after-the-fact type of video in most cases. However, we've designed a system that the chief can, and we will tutor all who need to on how to retrieve that. And I understand at night our police forces are, at a skeleton scenario. Instead of blasting around, they can actually see this, to go online and see what is happening there. Live, so in this case, it is a live function. It is a live scenario for you.
I have a question. Can you set, like Mr. Baker was saying, he has a 30-day and then a drop-off. Can we set different, if we do 10-day, 20-day, 30-day, 60-day, it's all going to depend on what our...
Yeah, it's all going to depend on what the bandwidth usage of that is. And we can turn it down or we can turn it up. I have proposed high-definition cameras in a number of places here just because of resolution. We are in a high-def society now, and with that comes the ability to extrapolate information from a video that we couldn't do many years ago. From the old analog stuff, you couldn't do it. Now, because of pixelation, we can pull things out. So in the real crucial areas in this town, what I in my opinion, crucial areas, we've put that kind of camera in so we can